Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this video I'm doing a troll game on the map Combat Zones. I'm standing in the top left position playing as the Allies. So the rules of this troll game is going to be no tanks and also no turrets. So what that's going to mean, and no rangers and artillery either. And what that means is I'm not going to have much firepower on land, and I'm going to have to use water units, naval units, because pillboxes, they do a bit of damage. They're good against infantry, but they're not really good against tank attacks, and it's very hard to destroy a lot of tanks with them. So I'm going to be building, I'm going to be having pillboxes on land for defence, but I'm really going to need to use the water units, destroyers and cruisers if I want to have any real firepower. And this map is all good for that, because there is a lot of spaces, a lot of open water spaces where I'm going to be able to build those units. So just sending some infantry down there. I'm also going to send some infantry to the... I've got them on the top of the map. And one of the really important things in troll game actually is putting infantry out to stop opponents from getting into my base. Because with these troll games, I need to go multi-MCV. I can't build like any tanks or anything like that. So if my opponent sees that, that sort of gives them the green light to attack. So I need to prevent that as much as possible. And you can see I've got my first war factory out there. I'm getting my service depot very, very early on. I'm also going to want MCVs as well, so I can expand to other parts of the map and hopefully sort of be able to get on different water patches and get cruisers in all different places. And now I'm going to be building another war factory just to get that increased building speed, so I can build my harvesters and I can build my MCVs that little bit faster. And just getting a bit of visibility there, which is good, so I can see a bit more of the map.
Yes, sir.
And that second war factory is well on its way. I'm just having a bit of a look at where my other opponents are. I can't see anyone at the moment, but we can see that red is sending an infantry person going towards my base. And there's Cyan in the top right-hand corner. And you can see there's sort of like that ore gem patch I'm trying to expand to, which is quite close to Cyan's base-ish. So I am going to need to be very careful about that. And now I'm getting that first construction yard, well, that first MCV deployed into the construction yard, which is going to double the build speed of any structures. So I'm going to be able to build things a lot faster, and that's just going to keep on getting greater and greater the more MCVs and the more construction yards I have. So yeah, getting that one there. I'm going to build another ore refinery, because what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to build quite a decent economy, because if I want to be able to build lots of pillboxes very, very fast, I'm going to need a very good economy to do so. I'm also going to be wanting to build things on the water as well, so my economy needs to be very good. So that's why I'm going to be sending one of my MCVs to another position on the map, which is more central, and it'll just allow me to also spread to other ore patches. You can see an ore patch above me there, and there's also some gem and ore patches below me. And I think this is probably going to be maybe my main base of operation. So I'm going to put my radar dome here, because I think once I get the cruisers out, I think that area is going to be quite safe. But yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of time. And now getting that power plant, I'm going to be expanding downwards, because there is some gems down there, you can see, and that's going to be very valuable and give me a really great boost short term to my economy. I'm also going to build a couple more construction yards. Because yeah, really you need building speeds, everything. And now we're going to start getting our naval yards deployed, because we're on those gems and we're going to have a good economy going. I'm going to build some destroyers, and I'm going to switch to cruisers once I get my tech centre built. I'm okay for power at the moment, and you can just see those number of construction yards are starting to build up. I'll probably again build that tech centre in the middle patch, because that's going to be quite heavily guarded once I get these naval units out. And I've also got water both sides, so it should provide quite a good defence.
Construction complete.
And now we're going to start going for this next ore patch as well. We should have a few gems on, so we'll do that there also. And now you can see I'm starting to get those cruisers out, and those cruisers do lots of damage to lots of things. And when you get them in good numbers, they're really good against tanks as well if you have like big masses. They're always good against structures as well. Maybe not as accurate at long range, but you can sort of like force fire as well to make them a bit more accurate. And now you can see me starting to build up those pillbox defences just in case of an attack. So I'm not starting from scratch if I need to start building quickly. But my building speed is pretty fast at the moment because I do have those extra construction yards. I'm just doing a bit of a check around actually. I'm quite surprised that it's been quite quiet so far. I haven't had any attacks as of yet. In the troll games, the longer I go without having to fight, the easier it becomes for me because this multi-MCV stuff, it becomes very, very strong if it's left unchallenged. And you can just see me getting some more ore refineries there. I'm now getting some APCs out because I'm going to use some Tanyas and see if I can get them into my opponent's base. Because we've got cyan in the top right, we've got yellow in the bottom left, and we're going to try and attack red, who'll be in the bottom right. So we'll see how he's doing because I think he's the strongest player here out of everyone in this. And now we're going to start taking our cruisers to the side of that lake just to provide any defence if we do get attacked from that distance. And unfortunately that Tanya got intercepted, and you can see red has those tanks there, and he looks like he's going to destroy that Tanya unfortunately. So that was so he did have some tanks to defend there. But what I should be doing is what I am doing is researching satellite. Sure, so I should get some map vision shortly. And we can see the whole map now, and red does have an extra base. I think he's got it split into two bases on the right side of the map. And now we can see those heavy tanks coming in. There's about 4 of them. I'm building those pillboxes, but they seem to be going towards my the main base I'm started from. And we can see he's got an outer base there in the middle. But what we've got is we've got a lot of destroyers and navy, so we're going to send that up and destroy the outer base of his. So now I'm just trying to build some pillboxes just for a bit of defence. And yes, they do a little bit of damage, but they're very, very slow, and they're not very useful if you have large masses of tanks. But when it's only about 4, then they can obviously be able to clear that up. And now we're taking out those buildings. You can see those cruisers doing absolute major damage, and we're going to be able to clear them up pretty easily. I'm also going to need to think about expanding to that further right and getting onto that other water patch as well, because if I can get there, it will provide a real nuisance to red.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
And you can see red there with quite a lot of units. I'm also what I'm doing actually is going for that bottom water patch first before I start going for that one to the far right of the map, like it's sort of in the mid right. And you can see I've got loads of cruisers there, so that's going to provide an absolute major defence. Yellow's attacking my ore trucks, and now he's got a lot of infantry there, but it's only infantry. Does he have any vehicles? It doesn't look like he's got any tanks at the moment, so I'm going to be able to take out these infantry with pillboxes, because pillboxes are very useful against infantry, and you can see them getting taken out quite easily. I am low on power though, so I'm going to need to get some large power plants up, just so I don't have a really slow building speed. And now you can see those cruisers there firing on those heavy tanks. We'll have to see how much damage they can do. It doesn't seem like they were doing too much damage there. They seem to be overshooting a little bit. And just having a look at red space, it looks like red is fighting cyan at the current time. But I do have some cruisers out and firing. So I'm going to send some of my cruisers to further right on the map. And now I've got that extra construction yard, because I'm going to want to get a naval yard on that other lake to the far right. Now, I think that's the only lake I can't build on at the moment, so that's going to help me a lot. I'm just having a bit of a look around. I'm in a very strong position at the moment. It looks like... yeah, I just need to sort of like defend this, because as I say, pillboxes aren't that strong, so I do need just like to make sure I get like a bit of a head start on defense. And now we can see those red going up to the top base, and we're firing on his main base, taking out some of those war factories. And now we could go for those ore refineries as well, doing major damage to red. And now I'm going to be getting on this other ore patch here, so I'm going to be able to do some even more damage, and just taking more cruisers to that bottom right position of the lake, and now we're on the other lake as well to the right, which is going to put us in range of his other base.
Unit ready.
So Red getting fired on by our cruisers while having to fight Cyan at the same time. So it's not going good for him today. And also Cyan's actually got a navy as well, funnily enough, so I'm going to need to be careful of that in my own base, because some of my buildings are quite close to the water's edge. And now taking out some of Red's major buildings. That looks like both of his oil refineries are gone down in that base, so his ore trucks are going to have to travel much further to the oil refineries in his outer base. And yeah, you can just see a whole few platoon of infantry were destroyed there, because cruisers do amazing damage when they're firing on infantry. And just keeping on expanding my economy at the moment. We've got some tanks there, and we also got some buildings. So destroying yet another oil refinery. But he's still got plenty more. I guess he's got 2 oil refineries left. And we've also got those tanks on land to contend with. And I'm quite surprised actually, but now Cyan has gone down, so we'll have to see where is Red going to attack me. We can see some tanks going across the top of the map, and we're going to have to build some pillboxes there and strengthen up our defences, try and create a wall and stop the Red tanks from getting through. You can see one Red tank getting through there, but it is on low HP and it'll go down quite easily. I've also got some cruisers there, and we can see all those heavy tanks are on very low HP and are going to be taken out very quickly. And Red has tapped out of the game. So I think he saw I had too much strength. I was attacking his bases and he just called it a day. And now we've got Yellow left. And we'll see what Yellow has in his base. I'm just going to send my cruisers across. They'll be doing a decent damage. They'll do decent damage. I think I've got enough cruisers probably. And we can see, yeah, he's got, well, it looked like he had artillery. So he's got infantry, which he's got there. I'm just going to build another oil refinery. And he's got pillboxes, turrets. Yeah, so he's sort of like almost doing a troll game of his own. He's doing artillery, no navy, no tanks. So you can see those them being taken out very, very quickly by those cruisers. But yeah, no tanks at all there from Yellow, and also no navy as well. So this is should be quite straightforward. I'm just going to send my cruisers in, and they're going to be able to destroy like big masses of infantry very, very quickly. And you can just see I've got quite a few there. We'll see how this does. And you can see almost all of them going down straight away. And yeah, those artillery coming in. Artillery are going to be so weak against this because artillery have very low HP. So you can see them getting taken out very, very quickly. I mean, I think one cruiser could like take out one artillery very, very easily. And now we're just firing on the base. And we've got so many cruisers. We're doing major damage. We're taking out those infantry and we're taking out those buildings. We can see that he's got quite a few pillboxes, turrets, things like that. But they can't defend from the cruiser. The cruiser's got better range and does more damage. And you can see those last few buildings there being taken out. He's got his construction yard at the back there, and you can see our cruisers also taking that out as well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
And we've got those last silos to take out, and that's going to be Yellow out of the game. And it is. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.